who would you say is more annoying, band kids or theater kids? Or I guess more. No, okay, kids. Annoying is not the term. Yeah, yes, theater kids
annoying
are
is
famous
the term.
for being annoying.
I will say as
who
both.
Is, yeah,
not a super theater kid, but like it now sounds wrong if I say theater kids because I was a band kid.
Yeah.
Shit.
I guess okay. Now, let's not say who were bigger virgins. Musical theater kids or band kids.
Define the word virgin. No, don't do that.
What are you, the kid in Hocus Pocus 2? That's a reference to Disney's Hocus Pocus 2, only available on Disney Plus.
My favorite streaming service.
Yeah.
How's
She-Hulk, by the way?
Don't talk to me about it.
I heard the last episode was good.
It was good.
Yeah,
it's fine. I don't think about the show when I watch it. I either stay up real late and I watch it, or I watch it in the morning before work. And I don't think about it.
Sorry, I did not mean to interrupt you. I thought you kept going. I was like, he's done. He's done now. He wasn't done.
I just keep going.
You keep going. To be fair to the show, which I still have not seen.
Yeah.
And I will probably I might watch it. I don't fucking care. Isn't that the point? Isn't that it's supposed to be like a sitcom?
Yeah.
Or that's how they market it, at least. I don't know if they're actually is it like a sitcom and like it's like actually a sitcom, or is it a sitcom in like the way that Thor Love and Thunder was a rom-com? You know?
It is more on the latter, I will say. Okay. But not necessarily in a bad way. It's like each episode is not a sitcom. Because the idea of a sitcom, it's like there's the same format for each episode. You're just changing around some of the words in the script. This is still like each.
What sitcoms are you watching?
I'm thinking like the Tim Allen sitcom where he's
so the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah, I'm thinking like the low end.
I'm talking like because I feel like they're trying to be like a Parks and Rec type show.
Yeah, okay.
That's like the vibe I get from them. At least, like, do they do the confessionals? Which if they don't, they should.
They don't do confessionals.
What the fuck is the point of the show then?
They do quote unquote confessionals with like her talking to the camera occasionally, but those aren't like confessional. It's just like 5 seconds of her going, "I'm the She-Hulk." You know, it's like okay.
I feel like they're missing out on some style there because I think I saw a tweet and I again I'm not watching the show, so I can't like say I fully agree with it, but I fully agree with it. Yeah. It was like She-Hulk has this issue where like it's clearly trying to be a sitcom, and so like it's structuring itself like a sitcom with like episodes that are effectively meaningless filler episodes.
Yeah.
And people watch it for MCU style content. And so they get mad when there's a filler episode because I've heard wasn't this newest one a filler?
Every episode is kind of a filler episode, to be honest. Nothing really big but like in this episode they reveal something about a character she was sleeping with. And it's like, oh, okay, that's crazy. Well, so would you still call it a filler episode? Perhaps. But like it still has stuff that's relevant to the plot.
It's one of those shows vibes.
I guess I watched one episode of New Girl.
I also watched one episode of New Girl. Okay. I don't know why I said that.
It's very, but I see what you're saying, where it's like each episode is still kind of important, but since it's only 9 episodes, you do kind of have to watch each episode if you're gonna watch the show.
Yeah,
but you can get away with watching an episode or two. It's just like there's too few episodes that's even worth doing that.
I feel like the mentality of modern Marvel stuff of you have to watch everything and everything is a certain style of humor, we have to be tonally consistent, doesn't really gel with the way like the direction that they want to go in. Yeah. And so like people are just confused, you know, and I think like when everything is trying to be MCU funny and then you have a thing that is actually trying to be funny, it doesn't like hit as much as it should, you know. If Thor Love and Thunder wasn't Thor Love and Thunder and it was an actual Thor movie, I think people would be far more open to like a more lighthearted comedy thing.
Yeah.
I'm just talking from just like the reactions and stuff and like what the show's trying to do. I shouldn't be talking about the show. I haven't seen it, but
this is a terrible comparison. And I say that, and I still make the comparison. The Mandalorian is a show with like 8 to 9 episodes or some shit, right? Each episode is its own thing that like doesn't have anything to do with any of the other episodes, but still Wait, what? Oh,
that didn't happen. Ignore that. No, ignore that. Ignore any technical difficulties that might be happening, and ignore the fact that I've decided to not do fancy camera.
Yours is more of an extravagant background. Let's be honest. Yours has more personality.
It's
Yeah.
I have decided we have to spend 30 minutes talking about the Munsters.
Okay.
2022 by Rob Zombie. Not right now, but
Okay.
eventually.
But
We're gonna have to
eventually.
get to it.
I had a few things I wanted to spend 33 minutes talking about.
That's fine.
33
That's what the
minutes
podcast is.
specifically.
Oh,
Yeah.
fine.
Yep. Oh.
The podcast is you talk and I interrupt, and then I talk,
No,
and then you try and interrupt, and I just keep going.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But then sometimes I get it through, but then you still interrupt me back like a couple seconds later, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. It's you know.
Yeah. Oh, I was making terrible comparison. Mandalorian.
Yeah.
You know how the Mandalorian, each episode is like its own episode, but they still play a part in the bigger episodes. But like you can watch one of the episodes where he's like fighting the Mud Bull, and like it's still kind of a self-contained episode. Yeah. It's like that. That's what She-Hulk is.
And that was the big criticism of Mandalorian season 1, wasn't it? Like everybody fucking hated that at the time. I loved it. Everybody I was seeing talk about it was like, what the fuck? There's no overarching plot. It's just episode, and people didn't really understand that the plot was like the character growth.
Yeah.
And is that kind of how She-Hulk is?
Yeah, and I think she does grow sometimes from episode to episode. For the record, I don't think I like the show. I don't know if I like the show. I don't think I do, you know? But the one thing I do really enjoy about the show is that I can just turn my brain off from week to week and just enjoy an episode as its own little episode and then move on to the next week. I'm not always thinking about what happens previously on She-Hulk. It just shows up and then I'm like, okay, I don't care. And I just skip the intro and I skip the wrong Marvel credits because for a 30-minute fucking episode, the Marvel credits logo is way too long. Jesus.
I know. I've been saying this for years and I got yelled at every single time.
Well, you start yelling at me too because Jesus.
No, because it's like a whole minute, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It might as well just be if they want to have an intro, do an intro. Do a fucking does She-Hulk have like an intro sequence or is it just the logo? I swear to God, if it's just the logo.
I think they do like a cold open and then they show their little like intro. That's it. They don't have
but is it like a fun like title sequence or is it just like logo?
No, no, it's just a logo. The credits have like fun little art, but like here's the thing, right? Think about this too.
Put that shit in the opening then.
Here's the other thing. With most movies, when you have a series of like a lot of different production companies working on something, you have to credit all of them in the beginning. But because it's Marvel, just waste all their fucking time just putting Marvel Studios at the beginning, and that's it. And like I came out of it watching an Indian movie yesterday, right? Indian movies, dude, they spend 3 fucking minutes just showing logos at the beginning. It's just, but like it's every single goddamn logo for every single person that does anything. For like, there's a guy who's like maybe a gaffer on set, and that's it. He gets like a 10-minute, a 10-second fucking like little show reel.
I like the idea of the gaffer having the most extravagantly animated logo.
But they do it, and they give him credit. And Marvel's just like Marvel Studios. Now watch your fucking meat pie. I don't know why I'm calling Marvel movies meat pies now, but that's what I'm doing.
And like with them, with Marvel movies, you lose the thrill of, I don't know if I could call it thrill. Thrill is not the right word to say. I guess the fun in watching a movie and then seeing the logos, and then immediately after seeing the logos, you see the text again. So it'll be like you'll get the fucking terrifying. No, the Blumhouse logo is fine. One of the Fede Alvarez, whatever his studio is, he's a horror. He did the Evil Dead reboot. That's a terrifying logo because it's just a fucking jump scare. It's the worst thing ever. I hate it. You'll get like 3 minutes of logos in some movies, and then the movie will start, and then it'll say 20th Century Fox presents in collaboration with the same and fucking just say names. It again. Yeah, it's like I know, but I love
you
that.
showed
I think
it to
that's
me.
so much. I think that's hysterical.
Every single 90s movies did that because like even like I remember like Home Alone would have like the big logo for whoever the fuck produced Home Alone. But then would Joe or whatever the fuck that was.
Yeah.
But yeah, no.
We gotta bring back opening credits. I love opening credits. They're so much fun.
Yeah. You show little title cards at the corner, and then it's like, while they're like walking down a street or whatever.
You mean are you thinking Batman v Superman?
No, I was not thinking
because Batman v Superman did that, and they did it while they were walking down the street and getting shot.
Right. I forgot that.
That'd be interesting if we were thinking. Well, because I was thinking Batman v Superman. And I'd be like, whoa, the parallels of us. But no, I guess we're not that in sync.
The parallels of Batman and Super. You know, I've seen a lot of Batman v Superman praise in the timeline recently. That's a whole thing.
I've grown to enjoy that movie. I don't know. I think it's fun.
Movie. I haven't watched it in absolutely forever, so
I
I
think
cannot
the
pass any
third act
judgment.
is where the third act it falls kind of to pieces. But like the first two, I get what it's trying to do.
Yeah.
You know, I get it. It's not a fact of like, oh, you don't get it. I get it. I just don't like the third act.
Yeah.
You know, but
That
that's a
no, that
whole
makes sense.
debate. You know, I don't
Yeah.
know.
But yeah,
Um,
She-Hulk is a show that I
yeah.
am in fact watching, and that's all I can say about it. Has Daredevil stuff happened yet? Nope, obviously, because otherwise Twitter would be insane right now. But
Yeah.
Twitter's insane all the time, so I don't know.
Do you think they should have
But
not revealed him? Do you think they should have left that as a surprise? I remember that was some takes that I was seeing.
I think people would have less time to be discoursey about it, so that would be
Yeah.
nice. You know, it would just be like, "Oh, Daredevil's at this, yay!" and then they move on.
Yeah.
So
I feel like trying to mark, I don't know. I get what they were doing because like that's a big character and shit like that,
yeah,
right? But I almost feel like now you got people who are straight up just watching this show, which is it's not a niche show. I wouldn't call it a niche show. It's still a fucking Marvel show and
no,
stuff, but it's trying to do something very specific. And now you've like for a specific crowd of frankly it at least again from the marketing it seems like a show for single women and I really appreciate that and a lot of
yeah,
the humor seems like that and that's why I wasn't into it because I was like that seems like my kind of show and I don't whatever and it feels like it's a show that is either for that or it's like that style of humor and now when you're like Daredevil's going to be in it eventually then you got
yeah.
everybody being like well I want to see Daredevil and now you get people that aren't in the audience aren't for that it's not like aren't here for that type of show
To
trying to
judging the
watch the
show
show.
still,
Yeah, it'd
yeah,
be like if I was watching the Munsters 2022. Why the fuck did I say 2000? If I was watching Rob Zombie's The Munsters 2022 because I was told there's not a cameo in the Munsters 2020, but if the trailer for the Munsters had fucking Michael Myers in it, you
yeah.
know,
And you're
and
just
then they were
watching
like,
from
Michael Myers is going to show up in the Munsters, and I'm watching it for Michael Myers. I'm gonna hate the Munsters
yeah.
because I don't get it because it's not for me if I'm just watching it for Michael Myers.
It's like if I was watching a show and it turns out that Mephisto was going to be in this show. Actually, this is
Yeah,
not a good. That's not a good
but it's
comparison.
like the
But
WandaVision was at the very least like for that crowd, for
yes,
the
that's true.
discoursey crowd. She-Hulk is clearly not for that,
Yeah,
and like Miss Marvel, I think was. I would argue, Hawkeye definitely was because it was playing off the like Fisk stuff.
yeah,
Like I would argue every other one is,
yeah.
except for She-Hulk, and I kind of respect that. But it's the fact that they're still trying to like not the show specifically, but people are still trying to have discourse about it.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, this show is not made for this type of talk.
Yeah, I
You
don't know
know?
who made the comparison. I think it was in a Nando V Movies video where he
Mm-hmm.
was like, the three shows that have like the most identity to them
Mm-hmm.
are WandaVision,
Yep.
Loki, and She-Hulk. In the sense
Yeah.
that like WandaVision is a show that has a distinct style, Loki is a show that has a distinct style, and
Yeah.
She-Hulk has a show that has a distinct style. And I mostly agree with that, I think.
Yeah.
Because like I think even Falcon and the Winter Soldier has its own little merits and Hawkeye has its own little merits and all that shit. But as a show, just as the premise of the from the pitch level, right? She-Hulk is okay, TV comedy, lawyer office
Yeah.
drama with a couple extra little tidbits of superhero shit. Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense. That is a show that you can pitch from a ground up. So
And like that's kind of what the She-Hulk comics are. And like
yeah,
I think the whole point I've never read a She-Hulk comic because I hear that I'm like that's just not my kind of thing. And so
yeah,
I don't read it and you don't have to read every fucking comic. I think people just are kind of have to realize you don't have to watch every single Marvel thing.
yeah.
But Marvel doesn't want you to realize that because they want you watching every single thing
Which
because
is
they
why they
want,
shove in stuff at the end credits and
yeah, they shove
whatever
in,
they do.
like the fact that
That's probably why they're shoving in Daredevil. Let's be honest. It's
the
just so
fact they
that they can
tricked
get
people
that.
into watching Eternals, like
Yeah.
Eternals is even fine. I don't hate that movie. It's not, I was bored in it,
Yeah.
but it's like, it's now everybody watched Eternals who probably didn't want to watch Eternals or a movie like Eternals. And so it's just, that's what it does. It's like when your tweet blows up and it reaches the wrong
It goes
people who
past your
it's
audience.
like I saw you're not on TikTok. Do you remember the Jake
No.
Novak shit? did that reach out? Did that get to Instagram and Twitter and shit?
No, but give me context about
Jake
it.
Novak was this guy. He's still alive. I don't know why he said why. Well, he said was. He's still alive. He's this guy. He was making videos like kind of song little rap bits, right, on TikTok. And he's very musical theater, which brings us back to that opening discussion we had. Very musical theater. Very like 2012 YouTube style, like Wheezy Waiter, John Cozart Paint, like that style of like, oh, this there's a specific niche audience that loves this.
Yeah.
But the problem is because TikTok is an algorithm, it just forces you to watch content all the time. It was feeding that content, which is for a very specific niche audience, to everybody, to a big crowd of people that were like, what the fuck, this is so cringe, and I don't care about this. Not I don't care about this, is that I actively hate this and I'm gonna bully this guy. And then like, and that's just eventually gonna happen to me. People are gonna fucking be like, what the fuck, he's writing fan fiction about Spider-Man on YouTube and using
cringe.
It's so cringy, what the fuck. And I know Curtis just did a video about
I watch videos about instead of that, what is the strangest audience that could come across your kind of content?
Mr. Beast content, I think. I absolutely think that like I am at the opposite end of the like, what would you call it, like the,
because I was gonna say Minecraft YouTube, like people who watch
Minecraft YouTube's actually, I get a lot of people making my stuff in Minecraft, which I think is really fun.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Because also like Minecraft like kind of skews a little bit younger. My audience skews a little bit younger just because Spider-Man and stuff, and like, you know,
that's fair. I didn't think about that.
It's the like the sensationalist, like I did this in 30 days using this much money. Also buy my cryptocurrency. Like those like the rich dude bros that fucking have like 20 million subscribers, and I can't stand that. That's the absolute
the people
opposite.
who say they have a clothing brand, but it's just them like putting a couple things on what the fuck is the site, the Teespring. They just have like a Teespring page, and they call it
I wonder if that's kind of why like Dream blew up in a way that he did. Sorry, not that, but like Dream, I think Dream blew up because he's just a little niche of like, oh, he's a guy wearing a mask. Not anymore, but he was a guy wearing a mask. And people were like obsessed with that. And then it became people making fun of the Dream fans, which then brings more exposure to this guy.
To Dream, yes.
Yeah, and I wonder if that is part of it.
The thing with Dream is he did like speed runs. That's what Dream is.
That's right.
He did speed run content, which is kind of niche.
That's very niche.
Yeah. Summoning Salt, I think, like does like video essays on like speed runs. He was that kind of community, I think, for a while. And somehow really cool, just because yes, a lot of Twitch streamers watch Summoning Salt videos. That's like the only video essays people like.
Maybe just speedrunning is speedrunning might just be the gaming community though. Is it really that niche within like gaming? I guess it depends on the game.
It does depend on the game. Like
Call of Duty bros don't probably. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, or like Lego Batman speedruns aren't the most popular thing, but they're more popular than like a Spider-Man speedrun, right?
Yeah.
So
and like Minecraft speedruns, I think are probably pretty popular because you can start a new game really easily in Minecraft. You know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm always just so interested in like demographics and why somebody gets big and shit, you know.
The other thing is, it's just, I think Dream I don't know how Dream started up, but I know he started with like some like the speedrun videos. I'm assuming it's just he had friends who were part of like the Minecraft children's community who were making videos for like kids, you know, and then that grew, and then there was the whole like, because the whole reason Minecraft even blew up is like on YouTube and shit is one, probably because of PewDiePie, but then two, because like the people like made their own worlds, right? And like everyone, they had their friends in their world, and they do like basically like a D&D session, but like inside your Minecraft world, which is a very distinct visual tie to it. So it's like, okay, that's how Minecraft became popular, is because no one's playing the fucking game. They're just doing like crazy story shit, but like inside a Minecraft world. That's the reason I think Dream blew up, is just because he tied himself around people who are big in that, and because he is the speedrun guy, he's the super fast speedrun guy, that just rose him.
So, and then the scandals, scandals probably helped too.
That's true. Yeah, like, it definitely helped. Yeah. And now his face has been
I don't know why I
revealed.
brought up Dream, because that is a scene that I do not understand. I literally was that's like me being like, yeah, so rocket science is actually pretty simple.
Yeah.
All
Yep.
you need is rockets.
And then like a little bit of science, and that's
Yeah.
all. But yeah, that's what I mean, yeah, he revealed his face, and like okay.
Okay.
Why do people care? So I don't get it. I'm that makes me sound so
I'm interested
boomer,
how
but
this is
still.
gonna affect his future, like, numbers, you know, like
Yeah.
like I've always wondered that with Corpse Husband and stuff, a name you have
Yes.
not heard for the past like 2
No.
years.
Yes, I have. I know. I heard it like a year ago, probably.
Okay,
Let's
sorry,
be
year.
honest. Yes, a year and a
Um,
couple months, and
no,
exactly
I
2
heard it a
hours.
year and a half ago. Thank you.
Oh
So go
yeah.
fuck yourself. All right,
Yeah.
you pretentious little shit.
Yeah.
One's gotta go.
What's the
One's gotta
one?
go. Oh, two regular guys that like things, a guy that doesn't like things, and then a fucking white
Yeah.
supremacist. I'm talking about
What's the
another thing
TikTok
entirely.
where the girl's like, "I don't think so. Oh yeah, this no." It was like I don't remember what the fuck it
Is it
was.
Dance Moms? It sounds like Dance
No,
Moms. Was it?
maybe it was,
Was it
but
Abby Lee Miller being like?
I'm not sure.
I've been watching.
Genuinely.
Olivia and I've been watching a little bit of Dance Moms lately. It is the funniest fucking show in the world. It genuinely, it's hysterical. It's like I love it.
What is the premise? Is it just moms that are dancing?
It's no. Oh no, it's better. It's so there's this woman, Abby Lee Miller. She runs a dance like studio for little girls. You've seen Cuties, right?
Okay, I
It's
didn't.
that.
Yeah, don't tell
bad.
me that
It's
I've
the
seen
worst. I
Cuties.
hate it. And I hate this. I hate the industry. She's a terrible person who is so fucking toxic and horrible to these children. But she's so fucking funny. And there's so much drama. I can't explain it. You just need to watch clips of these because it's imagine you've got this insane person trying to teach 109-year-olds who think that they're the biggest star in the world, and some of them end up becoming the big. It's like JoJo Siwa's in it, and like
okay.
fucking who's the Sia girl, the girl that dances for all the Sia videos? She was in it, and that's what made her big. Like like they are famous. They're famous little children.
Yeah,
and they're good dancers and shit.
Yeah.
And they're pit against each other by this insane woman, and then you've got 9 helicopter moms up in the wings who just start shit all the time, who start every bit of drama fucking imaginable.
Somehow I think the helicopter moms would be more entertaining, right?
They are.
Okay.
It's so I can't like put it to words how funny it is. There was there's a scene where they're like at a recital, and Abby Lee, she's in a wheelchair in the later scenes, and so she's in like an electronic wheelchair.
Okay.
She's on her phone during the recital, and then one of the moms comes up behind her and yells at her, and then she just like without a word just backs up in her wheelchair, like she's in the front row and backs all the way backwards to the end and outside the building, and calls the police on the mom. And is like, she attacked me with her words. She doesn't have a weapon, but she has her mouth. They're things that's like, if I feel like if I saw them live on television, I would like it would be like an event. It would be it's like the moon landing for this generation. Dance Moms is the moon landing.
It's like a certain slap, but more entertaining.
It's like but it's like the slap is like, we're still fucking talking about
it. Yeah.
Like can we move on?
Yeah. This you would never move on from. You would keep talking about this for okay. I see.
Just like how we will keep talking about the Munsters till the day I die.
Jeez.
Not right now. Now is not the 30-minute segment.
Okay.
But I'm just gonna bring them up.
But yeah,
anyway,
what was I fucking talking about? She-Hulk?
What were you talking about?
Are we done with that? I don't remember.
It's so fucking hard to have a podcast that's about pop culture when I don't watch the fucking content.
This is fair.
I should have watched Andor before doing this. I'm sorry. I wanted to.
I watched one episode of Andor. That's all I did. I didn't watch the rest of it. I will watch the rest of it probably because, dude, the cold open to Andor. Not really cold open because the title sequence happens, but like the one little like first 10 minute segment of Andor is fucking perfect. That was just fucking awesome. It was amazing. I was say it. I haven't watched Rogue One. I should have watched Rogue One.
No,
I haven't watched. I don't need to. Okay,
I don't think you need to.
I just walked
it's
in.
set after it. This is set before Rogue One.
And
he
like
dies in Rogue One. Like,
thanks
you're
for
fine.
spoiling it. I'm care.
Everybody dies.
I know.
That's
I
the
know,
whole point.
I know. That's the point. I know that's the point.
They blow up the planet.
Yeah.
And if they survived Rogue One, they didn't survive Star Wars.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. It was really, really good. It was really stylistic. It was really cool. It reminded me of like Mandalorian season 1, but like only the good parts.
I want the record to show I have always believed it would be good. Like I was pushing for this
since the beginning.
Since the beginning, I was always like, you know what? If they're making a Cassian Andor show, the pitch had to be really good, so and it's the same as a Mandalorian. Like fucking an Obi-Wan show as a grimy studio exec. If I hear the pitch to an Obi-Wan show, I'm just gonna be like, yeah, sure, whatever, fucking make it. It'll make money. If I hear a pitch to a Cassian Andor show, it's got to be good for me to greenlight it. You know,
you're pulling a David Zaslav, and you're going, nope.
Exactly. But it's like the reverse, you know?
Yeah.
Like the shit that like if I were a grimy studio exec, if I would instantly be like, yeah, that's gonna be great. The opposite of that, you know? The stuff that's instantly gonna be great is gonna fucking be trash.
Yeah.
You know, which is why I'm so scared for Daredevil. I'm terrified for Daredevil.
Daredevil is another one of those Obi-Wan pitches where it's like, make that show. Fuck it. I remember seeing them do good at Netflix.
Yeah. So we'll see. I'm scared of that.
Speaking of Netflix problematic shit, because he brought up cuties. What is up with Netflix and constantly making the most, or like at least letting people blonde? You see all the shit for blonde?
Oh yeah, I did. I didn't see the shit, but I've been hearing about it for forever.
Because me and a friend were talking about like Marilyn Monroe stuff, and I was like, what's going on? So I just like briefly skimmed through the movie, and I watched a clip I didn't want to watch, and then I watched another clip I didn't want to watch, and then I stopped. I was like,
you knew it was NC-17, right?
I'm older than 17. I'm not that young.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying like it's NC-17 for a reason.
I know, but I just randomly click and it just happened to be the scene where bad shit happens, and I was like, oh, okay, all right. It's a that movie is a.
I don't know enough about like the movie specifically or the historical stuff to like really like weigh in on it.
Yeah. I read. So I'm just gonna, again, this is my real research. I read a Twitter thread. I know, right?
Classic.
A real.
How many tweets was the thread?
Actually, it was pretty long. It was like 20 tweets.
That's not good. That's not a good thing.
Yeah, I know.
They could have just made an article.
I know.
They could have. They could have just made a twit longer.
What am I supposed to use? Fucking CNN? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll be like, turn on your ad block. Turn off your ad block, and I'll be like, I did, and then they'll be like, no, you didn't.
This is why
Forbes is a fucking pain in the ass for that reason.
Doesn't Forbes not let you use like anything?
Yeah, and I'll be like, I just want to be able to like screenshot something for a video, and I only have like half a second to do it. It's such a pain.
Yeah, which is why I don't make videos for that specific reason. Specifically because of Forbes.
Not because you now feel bad morally about trashing on a show that was just canceled.
No, not that at all. It's because there was one specific Forbes quote.
No. That makes sense.
I'll work. I don't know. Well,
Mithi, I'm going to tell you now.
I'm not going to say it. I'm not even going to say it.
Mithi, I'm just going to tell you now. Just do something else.
Yeah, I know.
Make another. You clearly hate working on this video, and that's okay. Yeah. I've been there. I get it. Do some other shit, you know? Talk about Ms. Marvel. You've been wanting to make that Ms. Marvel video. Make the Ms. Marvel video.
Yeah.
Do it.
I'll
write the script, edit a video, just shit something out. Yeah. And then fucking move on from Young Justice. Because the thing is, this is what's going to happen. I mean, and I just want to prepare you for this.
All right.
You're going to make this Young Justice video, and it's not going to hit the numbers you want it to.
Yeah, I know.
And it's just going to upset you, and I'm just going to be like, Mithi, it's Young Justice.
I know.
It's not like you're making a video on The Batman. It's Young Justice season 4.
3 technically.
3?
Which is even
that's 3 even worse.
And 4. Yeah, I know. 3 and like a little 4. I don't know. It's
like if you still want to make it, make it. I'm like, but I could tell, I could feel in your soul
that I just don't care anymore
because it has been like a year.
It's not that I don't even care. It's just that it exists And so much other shit has happened that I care for
Yeah.
more than Young Justice.
And you know what?
So
That's
it's like,
okay. I
yeah.
fucking wrote and filmed a Nightwing video that
And
I
then you
just
didn't do
threw out.
anything with it.
I threw
Yeah.
out because I looked at it. I was like, my hair is too long. I don't like it. I don't like it. And then I grew this fucking thing, and it's like, well, I can't release it now
because it's too
because you can tell.
You have to do the opposite of Justice League. You have to add it back in.
Honestly, that'd be really fucking funny.
That'd be good. Yeah, that'd be a good way to save it.
Is it just me, but like fucking I get absurd body dysmorphia when I watch like old shit of mine. Like
yes, because
like
I was rewatching the
Mhm.
Mark of Athena video earlier today because it's the 10th anniversary of Mark of Athena. Yay.
Oh, wow.
But I was rewatching that and I'm like not slightly, much skinnier. And I was like, fuck. But also my hair was like the same. I still had the big ass shit hair. And I was like, oh, okay.
Mithi, your hair is not that. Your hair is average length. I don't know who told you that's long.
My mom told me it's way too long. She was like, "This, you look horrible. You look like a homeless person." And I'm like, I don't
fuck
know.
yourself. You look great. You fucking piece of shit. There you go.
Sorry. Yeah.
Fuck you, Mithi. Everybody say fuck you, Mithi, in the comments.
Not the other part, just the fuck you.
Sorry, fuck you, Mithi. You look great. Is in the comments.
No. Just like I like the fuck you, Mithi. I'll take that as endearing.
We're gonna have to go through the held for review section a lot.
Yeah, that's right. What's the auto suggested smart thing now on like YouTube comments?
I don't like that.
I have not seen that, but
it's not bad because sometimes it's like, oh, I didn't realize that's like a normal thing you can say.
Yeah,
like just like thanks.
Yeah,
but like I don't know, it feels weird.
Every time someone says fuck or fucking in like the live chat for any of your like streams or anyone's like stuff, it always blocks that out too. And I'm like,
I know, I'm giving you
I wish there were a way
job.
to keep that. Yeah, but it is what it is.
I think I don't think it's the fuck. I think it's they have like an AI to like determine the aggressiveness of it. Like
yeah, that
like
might be it.
if they see something like fucking cool or I don't even know. If it's like this is so fucking, it'll be like, oh, this is aggressive, we're not going to show it. Yeah, but if it's like fuck yeah, I think it'll
same thing with
stay.
Shit. I think it does that with shit because it thinks that you're calling something shit.
Yeah, I
like
this is
the
believe
shit. Yeah,
I firmly believe that shit and fuck are like the least offensive bad words on the planet.
That's
like
true.
I think damn is far meaner than shit.
Really?
Like damn literally is telling you to go to hell.
All right. Trial. Okay. Damn you, Troy.
What the fuck, man?
Okay. Fuck you, Troy.
See, that's funny. It's like I know you're joking.
Yeah, okay, I see it.
It's like I don't know. It's just like okay, like
damn you sounds more serious. You're right. It sounds like intentioned, I guess.
Yeah, and like I feel like especially the word shit. I think shit will be allowed to be said on live television within our lifetime. Because like, did you ever watch that Nick Cage thing, the like history of swearing?
No, but I saw the trailer for it. I wanted to watch it.
It was quite cool, and like one of the episodes was about damn, and I was like, oh, that's weird. That's such a like stupid word, and like but it was about like censorship and about like how in Gone with the Wind, you know, the line where he's like, I don't give a damn, was at the time absurdly controversial.
Yeah,
it was like the equivalent of like showing a fucking schlong on live you know, it's like it was fucking outrageous, but it was in the book, so it was like necessary and shit. And then there was like whole shit with like the Hays Code, and like they had to be bribed to be allowed to say damn and shit like that. Not damn and shit, but you know, damn and stuff like that. And it's a very interesting episode of that show. And like it was also just about how like words kind of become less impactful over time, unless if they're culturally significant or culturally, you know, negative and shit like that.
Which some are, and that's you don't say them.
Yep. And the fact that there's some words that are straight up slurs that can be said on live television, but you can't say poopy. Yep. The equivalent of poopy. Like fucking okay. I watched Rachel Sennett on Seth Meyers, right? Okay, and she had a whole story where she said the word blowjob a lot, and they kept censoring her, but they didn't censor her when she said BJ, And I was just like, what the fuck is, where are we here? Where are we going with this? You know?
That's weird.
But she could straight up say the G word about Romani people.
And
no problem.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, that's not.
It's weird. I don't think obviously I don't think Rachel Sennett would, because Rachel Sennett's a queen. But you know.
I think it's probably they had to have like a list, and like someone's just blindly following a list, not knowing what it is. No, exactly. And it's just up to whoever makes the list.
That's not on Seth Meyers. That's not on Seth Meyers or his crew. That's on like the cultural
No, it's
censorship.
Seth Meyers' fault. He's responsible for everything.
Seth Meyers, go fuck yourself. No, I like Seth. Seth is probably my favorites.
He's the one that reads comics.
I like Seth. Right? I like Seth is Conan's done, so Seth is probably my favorite.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. Yeah. I
Trevor knows. Trevor Noah's done. You want to talk about that?
Oh, I want. Oh boy, I don't really want to talk about that.
You wanted to talk about Trevor Noah and Dua Lipa.
I watched Trevor Noah like early in high school, and then I stopped watching him for a bit, and then I sometimes check out his stuff. Regardless, how did that happen? That's my Pete Davidson moment. But like, not quite. The comparison isn't the same. It's just like, how? I don't understand. What happened? I don't get it. Why did she go for him and not me?
people do say that in every comment where I have where I have Olivia in the picture. So I frankly I get it, Trevor. I get it, man. Sometimes people can't handle the concept of a funny dude.
Yeah.
And women being
should I have added you on my tweet for that? I had a tweet that was like,
I'm not saying I'm funny, but Olivia thinks I'm funny, and that's honestly that's her problem, not mine.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Comedians, man, comedians.
Listen,
I'm gonna be a stand-up comedian. I don't care if I'm shit. You know.
You know who was a pretty shitty stand-up comedian?
Who?
This guy, Herman Munster of the Munsters, 2022, directed
Munsters,
by Rob Zombie.
Okay, what the fuck is your deal with this movie? I thought people hated it. No, I thought people were hating on it.
Maybe they do. They probably if anybody hating on this movie just doesn't get it. Okay. If anybody hates this movie, you miss the point. Okay. Like people will say that about Zack Snyder movies. I will say this about Rob Zombie's The Munsters. This movie is camp. This movie is hysterical. This movie, the style of this, oh my fucking, it's flawless. It's a fantastic film, and I adore it. Maybe it's like a half hour too long, but I fucking love it.
Okay.
Like, because I just got off of watching Hocus Pocus 2. And I'm going to say it now. I fucking hated Hocus Pocus 2.
Oh, okay.
I don't even like Hocus Pocus 1.
I thought people were excited for it, right? No?
I wasn't. I don't know. I don't like Hocus Pocus. I think Hocus Pocus is never mind. This is going to attack a lot of people, but I'll say it anyway. I think I think Hocus Pocus is a great movie if you're annoying. If you're an annoying sorority girl.
You think Hocus Pocus is a lot of Hocus Pocus? I got it.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's a good one. That's a good title.
That wasn't that good. No.
That's great.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fine. Hocus Pocus is relying solely on Bette Midler's performance and just vibes. Yeah. Like the set design, the production, the aesthetic of a 90s Disney Halloween movie. Like all that shit. And Hocus Pocus 2 came in and was like, okay, we got Bette Midler, and she's still great. She's still doing a pretty good job in this. And she has funnier bits, I will not lie. But then they turn all the fun, shitty effects into like MCU style regular CGI effects. And they take a thing that is very dated feeling, right?
Yeah.
And they make it it's like the MCU-ification of Halloween, basically.
Do you know what they should have done? They should have like done it to like 2000s effects.
I think they should have just recreated. I guess was it the 90s? Was when Hocus Pocus came out? I think so. Yeah, they say 30 years.
I thought it was the 2000s, but okay. Yeah,
I don't remember. No, I think they should have just maintained that style and just been like, that's what the magic looks like. Yeah. That would have been because there are still shots that look terrible, but not intentionally. Like there are shots where I'm like, okay, you're clearly on a green screen, but they're not trying to look like they're on a green screen.
This feels like one of those Superman to Superman Returns moments, right? Where Superman Returns is a great movie, but maybe it's a great movie. I haven't watched it.
It's a fine movie. Director sucks, but it's pretty decent.
But also, you look at that and you look at like the old Superman movies, and you just can't think that they're in the same universe, even though technically they are. It's like one of those.
That was more so an issue with like the script of like, oh, it's the same universe, but now we have Windows Vista. The timeline didn't add up. But
Oh,
like,
okay.
and I'm not saying that like I wouldn't expect Superman Returns to recreate the Reeve effects and shit.
Mm-hmm.
But like the Munsters, this brings me back to the Munsters.
Yeah.
The Munsters is straight up recreating the 50s shit. It feels
Oh.
like a 50s show or 50s movie, just with like it's HD and there's
Yeah.
color. But the way they use color is really vibrant. It's
Yeah.
so fuck. If you look at some of the shots in that movie, it's like
I saw the trailer and it looked like someone just went crazy with the fucking dorm lights. That was
which
my
like
image, but
it looks terrible
yeah.
and it's intentional. You
Mhm.
know, I am begging for more things to intentionally look bad because at the very least there's fucking intent.
Yeah.
You know, when everything's a digitally shot, like everything looks the fucking same. I like you could take shots out of Hocus Pocus 2, sorry, Hocus Pocus 2, and like put it against shots with from Hubie Halloween, the Adam Sandler.
Oh,
Like
don't. Yeah.
okay, that's actually a pretty funny movie. Well, I actually kind of like
Really?
it. It's not bad.
I watched one bit of it once and I was like, what am I watching?
It starts
what am
terribly,
I doing?
but it gets better. I like
Oh,
I
okay.
like that movie. It's maybe it's ironic. I don't know. But it like there are shots of it that straight up look like out of that. And I'm like, if
Oh.
you put them side by side and you didn't know the cast, you wouldn't be able to tell. You know? It's just like everything ends up looking the same. And
Yeah.
like I was watching the Munsters and I was like, holy shit, he tried and he clearly loves this property. And
Yeah.
like Rob Zombie's a freak. And I love that, you know?
Yeah.
It's
You
I
know
don't know.
what?
I
You know what's
just
my
really respect that.
go-to for
Huh.
movies that should not be generic looking generic?
Hmm.
I don't know why, but do you remember the Blockers movie starring John Cena?
Yeah.
Where it's like John Cena as a parent and they're trying to like stop their kids from having sex on prom night or whatever the hell. The visual look of that movie is just the one example I go to as a film looking so bland that every movie is still like looking like that movie.
It looks
There are
like one of
much
those
better
comedies.
examples than that, but like that's just the one that I keep going to of like, why do you gotta make it look like this? This was Blockers, you know?
I think like comedies of that era were all very similar looking. Like even Game Night, which I love.
Yes.
Like if you just took okay, no, just kidding. Game Night's actually really pretty.
There's some shots in Game Night that are great. There's some that are generic. It keeps going back and forth.
Like if you haven't seen Game Night and you just saw like a trailer, you probably wouldn't know that it's actually super well directed.
Yes.
Because I think that's what happened. I told Brian about it and he was like, what the fuck, this doesn't look good at all.
Yeah.
Because like it's just not a good trailer and stuff. But like
there's also shots in the trailer, like the thing with the airplane. I don't want to spoil it, but like that scene looks really like terribly shot. There's some scenes towards the end that look terribly shot. It's really well shot in the beginning and like some scenes specifically in the middle, like some of the chase sequences.
I feel like the trailer didn't showcase the stuff that was like really pretty about that movie, like the tilt shift and like and the fucking handle, the door handle shot and stuff like that. Like like I don't want to be clear, I fucking love Game Night, and I think
it's it's amazing
great.
Movie. Yeah.
But like I don't know, I just feel like if you're gonna set something, it's so and tie it so either set something in the past or tie it so closely to like the past. It's kind of important to at the very least attempt to like visualize that, you know?
Yeah.
And it's just kind of boring to just be like, no, it looks like any other Disney Plus show or Disney Plus movie.
Yeah.
You know?
And but we're gonna get more of that anyways.
Because no, I know. And because it's cheaper and it's easier, and I get that.
Which that's what Blade was gonna end up being too. Another one of these fucking. Did you hear about all that shit?
What happened with Blade? I was not. I was out of it because I spent the last week was fucking head down editing. You know.
From what I understand, and people in the comments can correct me, it seems that the original pitch was that Blade wasn't killing like vampires, and instead he was killing just like weird supernatural forces that turned to dust, and also he was like helping Dracula's daughter or something like that. Wait, and it was like a buddy, like a not Logan, but like Logan if it was funny with Blade and then a little girl. And it's like he's helping the little girl. That was the original pitch. Supposedly it had only 2 fight scenes. Mahershala Ali hated it, and Kevin Feige didn't have time to mess with it.
Oh, that's no. I saw that was all misinformation. I did see that.
Oh, that's not true.
I saw a lot. I saw. Okay, what I saw was a tweet screenshotting a TikTok with what you were saying, and it was like, guys, that's just not true. like because it was like a TikTok that didn't. I there probably is some truth to some of it, but like I don't know.
Maybe not all of it's true. I didn't know.
Yeah,
because
there is some misinformation going around, I think.
The other thing I saw was then they decided to have the director left. That's official. Yeah. And then they're like pushing the timetable for Blade. That I think that's also official. And then also, I think that like they're getting a new guy to write it like completely from scratch, and people took that as confirmation that that was real. But like again, that could also not be the case. I
mean, I'm sure there were just script issues and director issues. You know, there might like some of the choices might have been. You know, the vampire choice feels like too much. The fact that Mahershala hated it is like, how the fuck can we know that? You know?
Yeah, that's true. Like, yeah, that might be false.
A lot of that comes across just like who could possibly back something like that up?
Yeah, who knows him to know that he said that?
Yeah,
in like a did he throw a script at a fucking window? No, probably not. Yeah.
So
all I know is that it's in a little bit of a like a quote unquote development hell for like not development hell. That's the wrong word. It's under development.
It's going through. It's going through Flash issues. Which like let's hope that Blade doesn't have the curse of Blade actors because 100% of Blade actors ended up going to jail.
Just 100%.
100%. One out of one.
Oh, okay. I was like, is there another one that I'm missing?
But to be fair, he went to jail for a long time, and for something he should have gone to jail for other reasons
but he went to jail for
he went to jail for something else. But you know, I don't know.
I know another person who. No, I'm not gonna. I was gonna make an OJ joke, but I that is a stop.
You could have made an Al Capone joke if you wanted to.
I could have made an Al Capone joke too. I forgot that he. Yeah. I saw that island that he was on. I went to the fucking place and I saw the island. It was real fun.
What, Alcatraz?
Yes. But I didn't go to
Alcatraz.
I didn't go to Alcatraz. I just like
because the fucking ferry ride is like $50 each way.
Yeah.
Not each way. Have time. Yeah, no, you're not gonna they're not gonna trap you there if you don't pay for the way back.
Oh, you don't? All right.
No, you don't have $50. Sorry, man. We got beds. Hop on in.
This is a little harsh punishment.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Did you watch the Danny video? The new Danny video about him in the ghost mansion?
No, I didn't. All I saw was a Danny tweet about John. Did you see that? Danny Gonzalez made a tweet with John Kent.
Cena?
Oh. No, John Kent. It was like someone was like, "Wow,
the new John Kent looks like Danny."
Yeah, and then Danny Gonzalez retweeted and said, "I think he looks pretty cool." And then everyone was like, "Oh God, does Danny Gonzalez want to be John Kent?" Because the hair is like the same, I guess. I don't know.
Wait, they're saying the new John Kent looks like him?
Yes.
Yeah.
Or like the one, with the curly hair or whatever.
The new guy.
Yeah.
I think I see it. I see it.
Yeah. And then people were like, I saw edits of like Drew Goodenball for Lex Luthor. I was like, what the fuck is this?
I mean, if he wants to get rid of the blue hair, that's the way to do it.
Yeah, that is. I forget that he has blue hair now. That's funny.
I need to watch the newest one.
Yeah. What other shit came out? Armor Wars is now a movie. I think that's a good thing.
I think any of these shows becoming movies is a good thing. I think Ms. Marvel, because at the very fucking least, we'll still talk about it in a year.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. Like, it's very hard to rewatch something like Ms. Marvel because it's like bloated. You know, it's just too big.
Which is interesting because you could argue that Armor Wars would have the content to fill out a series.
Yeah, because you could do episodes like he goes from but also it's supposed to be a quote unquote sequel to whatever they do in Skrull Invasion, not Skrull Invasion, Secret Invasion. So it's like, what are they going to do in Secret Invasion? That's about.
I am interested to see how much that could actually be true, is that just a trick to trick everybody into watching Secret Invasion?
That could be the case too. I'm going to be honest. I kind of like the Secret Invasion trailer. Cool. I thought it was good.
Yeah, we didn't talk about any of that shit.
We did last time. Because like, what the fuck is there to talk about?
That was not last week.
Yeah, what is there to talk about? There's nothing really to talk about that shit. I don't know. It looked cool. That was it.
Werewolf by Night is genuinely interesting. Oh yeah.
Werewolf by Night first. Is it going to be 50 minutes? I saw somewhere that said it was going to be 50 minutes, and I was like, "That's sick, but cool."
That's cool.
Yeah, but yeah,
I assumed it'd be
Deadpool
like 5 because of that initial
because it's
trailer,
a short.
so.
Yeah. But yeah,
It's
okay,
getting good
Deadpool.
reviews. It's getting very good reviews.
I didn't see any reviews. I didn't know people
because
watched it.
they played it as like there's like a horror festival or horror film festival going on right now, and they play what that festival always does is there's always 2 secret screeners that they play.
Yeah,
Chris Stuckman talked about it, and they played I think Werewolf by Night and the new Pinhead, and like it both got really good reviews. So
really,
that's pretty neat. And
okay.
they moved Werewolf by Night from comedy into horror,
which is
that relieves
sign?
all of my concerns.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because I heard it was going to be a comedy. I was like, God damn it!
Like, why is it? Is it a parody Halloween movie? Yeah.
Yeah, and like that's still fun if it's campy horror. That could be fun and shit. But it's just like when everything's a comedy, I'm just like, oh, come on. You know,
I'm just excited because Giacchino
and that's something. They should have marketed. Did they not say? They should have said that.
They didn't really market that much. I don't know why. Maybe people don't recognize his name. I think people should recognize his name.
He's been fucking doing everything.
He's been there since the beginning. Did he do? He didn't do the Toy Story score. That was Randy Newman. Was his first thing Incredibles?
Yeah, I don't know if his first thing, but he was doing
his first like big Marvel thing. Yeah.
Hang on. What did you just fucking say?
Oh, I said Marvel.
Oh my fucking god!
Did I say Marvel?
Oh my fucking god!
Oh no, I said Marvel thing. Oh, I'm disgusted with myself.
Guys, The Incredibles is just the Fantastic Four. We should get Brad Bird to direct the Fantastic Four movie.
Why did because Brad Bird
directed The Incredibles. So Fantastic
I love The
Four
Incredibles.
Would be really good.
Why would I do that? I'm gagging. Ugh, why did I say that? That's wrong. I apologize.
You know what? At the rate they're going, they'll turn it into it.
They're gonna tear me apart for that. That's what's gonna happen.
At the rate they're going, they might make Incredibles Marvel.
They could. Yeah.
They have every possibility to just fucking bring him in.
I give it 10 years. I give it 10 years. Yeah.
5. And then I'm gonna write a notes app today. And then I've known about this from the very start.
Yep. It's recorded. Deadpool 3.
Yeah.
I found out about this while I was at work. And I left work to go to the bathroom, and I just watched the video because I was like, what the fuck is this? And then I watched the video. I'm like, why did I? Oh, okay. Here's the thing. I feel like this was so easy to predict. Everyone is so surprised. This is obvious, right?
He's been pushing for it for a while.
Yeah.
I think the issue was like whether or not we believe like Hugh would stick to his word and actually be done like he said he'd be done.
Yeah. The only reason I'm surprised is I did think it was going to be Deadpool steals Hugh Jackman and tries to get him to be Wolverine.
Yeah, I think
this doesn't seem like that's the case.
Yeah.
So I don't but
I think it's I don't have like inherently bad idea. Like I don't think it's inherently a bad idea, right? I just feel like it has to really be worth it, you know?
Yeah.
If it's not worth it, then like fuck, man, you it's like I don't know, like it's like say you're at Vegas and you fucking hit the jackpot. Yeah. You make $1 trillion. No, that's not. You make like $100,000 on one fucking poker game in Vegas. Yep. And then you're about to leave. You're saying, all right, I'm done. I'm leaving. I'm out. Wow, I fucking made the big buck. Yeah, fuck yeah. I'm ending on a high note. I'm out. And as you're walking, you're like, see everybody. And then Ryan Reynolds is like, come on, one more. Ryan Reynolds and Sean Levy are like, oh, come on, man, one more time. And you're like, okay. And then you fucking lose it. Like, just like, that's just the potential for that to be so fucking embarrassing. Yeah. I'm just like, oh man, this better be fucking good. And I like Sean Levy. I think he's really good.
I liked the Adam Project. Not a lot of people did, but I thought it was good. You know.
Yeah. I just hope this is Stranger Things and Adam Project, Sean Levy, and not Free Guy.
Sean. Yeah. I don't think that Sean Levy does have a very undistinct like directorial style. You know, and like I hope that's not the case, but also this is also just Ryan Reynolds' movie too.
Yeah,
this is one of those like
really had like the visual style or anything.
Yeah, this is one of those like Tom Cruise takes over the entire movie kind of situations.
Yeah, and that's fine.
Except like but you still need someone to like guide the ship a little.
Yeah.
And I hope Sean Levy does that and doesn't just kind of sit quietly.
Yeah.
But
I think it's less going to be about the director. I think it's going to be about Disney. Like
yeah,
this is the first Deadpool movie under Disney.
And well, I'm going to be honest, it's probably going to be PG-13. Don't be surprised if it's PG-13. I don't see it being
I
R.
actually feel like now that you have Wolverine in it and you have Hugh coming back for it, they're going to push for it to be R even harder, you know?
Really?
Yeah, because now this is the last one with him. Theoretically. Now this is your last ride with Wolverine. We're gonna get the costume. We're gonna get him CG'd down to be fucking 5 feet tall. Yeah. We're gonna get like at least for I feel like they're gonna do that for a scene.
Joke. Yeah.
Yeah. Like this is the time where all the people that thought Logan was bad because it wasn't comic accurate can fucking finally get their dick sucked.
Yeah.
You know?
The question is, how much is this gonna be a Wolverine movie?
And that's the other thing. I don't want it to be because I really like Deadpool. And I really like Deadpool too.
Remember Cable? Remember when Cable got added to all this shit and they were gonna be like Deadpool and Cable now? That was what everyone was excited for because they knew that. Like I remember when Deadpool 2 came out, no one was asking for Wolverine because they knew that just wasn't happening. So everyone was like Deadpool and Cable because that's the big duo.
Well, because they said he was done. That's the whole that's the thing. It's like now it's just like, well, now it's almost setting up like this precedent to be like, well, some things aren't always finished.
Yeah.
You know, we could always come back if the paycheck's big enough, which is like the unspoken rule.
Yeah.
But to like kind of confirm that, it's just like, oh man, come on, dude. I have some. Patrick Stewart was I think it's probably the worst one because it was for a cameo.
He just died.
And then he got his neck snapped, which is funny, which is hysterical.
He also did.
It could have been James McAvoy.
He also did Star Trek Picard, and like from what I know, everyone hates Star Trek Picard. So like, I can see
most Star Trek fans can't hate every new Star Trek thing right now.
Yeah,
like except for I think Lower Decks is good. I've heard Lower Decks is good.
Yeah, because those characters are going to show up in live action in Star Trek Picard, I think, or Star Trek Discovery. That's what I heard. And I was like, huh? They're going to give Jack Quaid.
Star Trek is actually a very good example of my belief that fundamentally like companies don't want leftist media and they will do everything in their power to prevent it, but trick you into thinking it's leftist. Because fucking Star Trek is a very socialist show. And nobody wants to admit it, but Star Trek was really progressive. Star Trek is a literally the plot of Star Trek is, or the original at the very least, is that we are an inherently peaceful military crew. We have a couple guns. We are not here for conquest or war. We are straight up here for science and discovery. And maybe the new shit's doing that too. I don't know that for sure, but it's like that's a whole bit that I don't really want to get into and shit. But the new Star Trek stuff, from what I'm aware of, is leaning very heavily into the like action-y. It's Star Wars now. Like there's a reason that Star Trek action sucked in those old shows and nobody cared. Because it wasn't
that's why people like the drama of Star Trek, like Star Trek.
That show was more interesting in the fact of like philosophical questions are brought up. Now, Next Gen mostly did that, but like the philosophical questions or the science fiction ideas more so than phaser blast gunfights. And I feel like the newer stuff is leaning into that more, and I think that's why people aren't into it. And same with Picard and shit like that. I don't know for sure because I haven't watched much of it. I've only watched a couple episodes of both, but that's my take.
Yeah.
I just watched the Black Mirror episode that was the Star Trek parody, and so I've got Star Trek on my mind. I
played the soundtrack for Star Trek Into Darkness in band in like high school, and that's all I really know about Star Trek, to be honest. I watched a little bit of one of the Chris Pine movies. I don't know which one.
One is fine. One is good for what it's trying to do. It's the thing of like, if I knew Star Trek was going to be like this forever, I would be like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But it is it's a relatively enjoyable movie on its own front. Yeah. Its Darkness is also fine. It's a J.J. Abrams movie. It has more of J.J. Abrams' flaws. Yeah. Beyond is great. I love.
Yeah, I think you've told me that before. Someone told me that Beyond was great.
I think it was me. I will fucking like shill for Star Trek Beyond for the rest of my life. I love that movie. Star Trek Beyond and the Munsters are my two favorite things in the world.
Good to know. Two very similar movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was a big derail. What were we fucking talking about? Deadpool.
Deadpool, I think. Well, I don't know what else to say other than I guess it's good. I don't know. The reason I'm okay with it is because it's Deadpool, and for some reason to me, Deadpool just doesn't count. Like mentally, I just go, "Oh, it's a Deadpool movie. Who gives a fuck? I don't care."
Yeah, I get that, and I think that's what they want you to think and stuff. But I don't want them to treat it that way.
Yeah,
You know,
that's
because
true.
I think Deadpool 2 is like the jokes aren't what's good about Deadpool 2 because it's
No,
not
it's
a
the
very
story.
funny movie.
Yeah.
It's genuinely the
But that's how
fucking
it
drama of it.
surprises you. I think that's why I think that way is because that way when it comes to a Deadpool movie, I can be surprised by the heart, you know?
Yeah. If this straight up ends up being like the good parts of No Way Home for Wolverine, not the bad
Not the
parts of No Way
showy
Home, but like
parts.
what No Way Home actually like did well, I'd be satisfied, right? Like I feel the same way about this that I think I was more concerned about Toby, and they did Toby relatively well, albeit very fan servicey shit, but like okay, that's fun.
Mildly
It's cool.
SNL-y.
Yeah.
I will still make that comparison sometimes.
No, it's
but
very SNL. Yeah. And I think it would be funnier if they was pulling in Hugh Jackman, the actor, who was like on the set of Wolverine instead.
Yeah.
But it could be fun.
I think there's a perfect pitch of like Deadpool knows he's going to go to the MCU, and he's like, "Fuck, I'm going to go to the MCU. What do I do?" And then he's like, "Oh, I want Hugh Jackman to be Wolverine again because I miss my buddy Hugh."
Yeah.
And then he drags Hugh along, and he turns into Wolverine. That'd be a decent pitch. There's something there. But
there's
also,
something there. Can I?
Maybe that's too small.
This is not to hate shit you. I want to make this clear.
Do
I think that could
Everyone...
be very fun. I really hate when Deadpool stories are focused on the fourth wall.
Oh, okay.
Does that make sense?
I have not read enough of those kind of stories. So
he is a guy can make all the meta jokes and commentary in the world, but I feel like at the core of the stories should be based kind of inherently on like a story, you know.
So you wouldn't have liked the Deadpool 2 pitch where he tries to steal the chair from The Voice? You wouldn't have liked that?
Is that why is that? How is that out of universe? That's perfect.
Okay,
see, that's the thing. That like that's like if he would to go steal the chair from Kevin Feige so he could direct the next, so he could direct Deadpool 2. I'd be like, Jesus Christ! It's like it's fun for a bit. It's fun for a quick mini game in a video game.
But you don't.
But the problem is the video game did it way too fucking much. Yeah, the video game really leaned into that, and it's just like I kind of missed the like early Joe Kelly stuff. Where Deadpool was basically She-Hulk, where it was like a couple fourth wall jokes, kind of meta humor, kind of silly, but like at the core, it's a depressed dude.
Yeah,
a depressed dude who fucking is really good at fighting and is very annoying.
Yeah,
you know, but and I think Ryan gets that, and that's the thing that's giving me hope here.
Which is why the second movie didn't go too bonkers, right?
Yeah, like Deadpool 2 lost a director midway through. And there was drama. The director like was fucking fired. Yeah, and we very well could have had like a Josh Trank situation.
Yeah.
If Ryan like didn't like kind of step up and like have such a love for like that's the thing, like what you were saying, like Ryan, like this is going to be a very like a Tom Cruise situation.
Yeah. Yep.
You know, and it satisfies me because Ryan clearly likes the character enough. You know,
and that's the thing with Tom Cruise is Tom Cruise always works with McHugh. Chris McQuarrie, because I don't know how much like pull McQuarrie has in these situations. I'm assuming he has a good amount, you know, but also it's kind of the same thing with like Sean Levy and Ryan Reynolds, you know, where they have worked together in two projects before.
Each other.
They know each other. So I think they'll push on each other in terms of like how this movie should go. Because Deadpool is Ryan's baby, the same way like Mission Impossible is Tom Cruise's baby. So he let McHugh do whatever he wanted to do, but it was still Ethan Hunt is still Ethan Hunt from the old movies. Yeah. You know, so I think
Ryan
Deadpool
is
similar.
Like, I agree. And like Ryan has like experience in the industry, albeit not the greatest track record of movie qualities, like you know, quality films and stuff like that. But like he knows, he's been in enough movies to be like, I think I know how movies are made, you know, in a way that like I could believe. If Tom Holland tried to direct Spider-Man 4, or, you know, tried to do the same thing with Spider-Man 4, it'd be like, are you sure?
You know what Tom Holland would do that with? He would try to do that with James Bond because he so badly wants to be James Bond. And that'd be really, I know people don't want it. I want it because of how ridiculous it sounds. Because he wants it so badly.
Ridiculous. The famous British white man playing James Bond. Whoa, that's so ridiculous.
No, but it's like Tom Holland. So I want to see how fucking dumb it looks, you know?
Yeah, that's fair. I don't know. I had to sit through Uncharted. I don't want to sit through it again.
I had to sit through like half of it. because one of my cousins
you
wanted to watch it
had to
once.
sit through half of the movie.
Yeah, it was even still, it was a pain. I still felt the need to get up and leave at some point. But yeah, that's Deadpool
no,
3.
I think it will be good. I like at the very least, and I don't think this will be the case, but like this satisfies like I'm tired of the I'm kind of glad that there's this X-Men contract issue.
Yeah.
Where
they don't get to make X-Men movies till 2026?
Yeah, like there's like a 5-year gap because the old Fox crew still is under their contract. Which makes me just think like just fucking bring them in because that's actually pretty decent casting. But I get wanting to start fresh, but like I kind of don't want to start fresh.
Yeah,
it lets me at least like be like, okay, I can pretend like we could have Laura. Because I swear to God, if we get X-Men and we're back to young Logan, who we go through this same arc again.
The fact that they're bringing Hugh Jackman back makes it easier for them to just jump to Laura.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly. That's kind of what I was hoping. That's what I'm thinking. And like, I still want them to cast a Logan because I like Logan. And I don't want Hugh Jackman to like have a monopoly on the role and shit like that.
Yeah.
And I want like other people to be able to take it, fucking it's not like a James Earl Jones thing. Yeah. Which I feel that way at James Earl Jones, but we've talked about that enough.
Yeah, that's true.
Like I want another Logan, but I don't want to have the same shit again. I don't want the MCU's X-Men, and our team is Cyclops with Rogue and Logan Wolverine as they all meet at Jean Grey, and we're gonna do Dark Phoenix, and we've got fucking Beast show up I don't want the same shit. I want something like X-Men is so inherently tied to growth, like in development, that if we have fucking 20 years, we've had like fucking 22 years of film.
They were the first big movie.
Yeah,
2000. Yeah.
2000 or 2001, yeah.
2000, like, I think.
Yeah, we had effectively fucking 18 years of movies. And for them to be like, yeah, we're going to start over again. It's just like, come on. Like, I'm tired. Yeah. And maybe I should just read X-Men comics for that. And I do read X-Men comics for that, but like...
Which is, I mean, think about how people felt like that way about Spider-Man. That's like, you will never see another Spider-Man origin movie again, unless maybe it's Miles. But even then, it's like, we had that from Into the Spider-Verse.
Different, yeah.
So it's like, you need to do something different there. Why is it not the same for X-Men? Do something different for X-Men too. Yeah. Just jump into it.
Oh, well, we're already jumping to the sequel? Whoa,
yes,
don't jump. Hey, come on.
The X-Men movie is going to be called... The X-Men movie is going to be called X-Men 2. Yep. It's going to be called X-Men 1.0, X-Men 2.0, something like that.
Are they still making that movie called just The Mutants? Is that still happening?
I don't think so. Okay. I don't believe that. I feel like they would have made a bigger announcement deal about it.
Yeah.
Because that's too... I don't know. That's too weird. Why would you call it Mutants just because of the X-Men title?
Probably contract things. Maybe they can't make an X-Men movie without those old actors.
That's weird. I don't like that, but
I don't know.
I guess it could make sense.
I don't know.
That sounds very weird.
Yeah, I don't know. Sorry. Long story short, I think I'm cool with Hugh coming back. I'm cautiously optimistic. I hope it's worth it. Basically.
You're good with me coming back?
Yeah.
You said
you can come back next episode. This time.
Yeah.
If you mess up next episode, then yeah.
I was very tired of the Hugh joke. Coming Hune.
I think there was only one where I was like, okay, that's funny. Coming Hune wasn't Deadpool. What was it? Part Hugh, I think, was funny.
Part Hugh, yeah. Okay.
I like that.
That's decent.
I don't know.
They just did it so many times that
they did a little much, yeah.
Okay. I said I wanted them to just keep making daily update videos where they just like yell.
Yeah.
Like vitriolic.
The second one was kind of funny.
Yeah. Yeah. Because they didn't even say anything. Because I saw the dub or whatever, and it's just like they're like, we're in our prime, and I'm like, are you in your prime? Is this? I love all the jokes. That was like Hugh Jackman looking at the steroids. That was great.
Oh jeez. Oh poor guy. Oh fuck yeah, that's right.
Hugh Jackman's steroid guy is like.
All right, I have a better pitch. Hugh Jackman doesn't come back. He doesn't come back as Wolverine. He doesn't come back as Hugh Jackman the actor. Yeah. Instead, he comes back as Hugh Jackman playing P.T. Barnum from The Greatest Showman.
Oh, no.
If they don't make a great, I will say, if they don't make a Greatest Showman joke, I'm gonna be so fucking disappointed.
They're gonna make a lot of just like musical, like show, like he does a lot of show choir jokes.
And I
probably.
can't wait for like the MCU discourse to try and treat Deadpool the same way they treat like fucking like something, you know?
Yeah, because do the MCU shillers watch Deadpool movies? I'm assuming
I don't know.
maybe, but
they probably didn't like that because it wasn't the MCU then.
Yeah, they're gonna be.
Will we still get? I hope we still get like Colossus.
I'm scared we don't. That's my fear because of all the rights shit.
The only plus I could see of like doing a different Colossus is maybe going a bit younger and then having Kitty, because that dude is way too old to be dating a high schooler.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's a line from Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah, I could see it, but also people like this new Colossus.
He is a really good Colossus, so I'm like, I think if anything, just like make the model just like look 20, then have Kitty be like 19, 20 also.
Yeah,
and then just like I'd be cool with that.
That's fair.
Because I just want Kitty Pryde, man. I just want fucking Kitty Pryde. I'm so sick. I love Rogue. I love Rogue, and I love the idea of Keke Palmer's Rogue. But fuck, dude, I just want Kitty Pryde. Like, we barely got her, and Elliot was great.
That Kitty Pryde and this Tom Holland Spider-Man to have a thing.
Kind of, actually. Maybe not Tom. Okay, now that I picture it, no, because but I like the idea. I do really like that relationship. That was a fun relationship.
For as brief as it was.
As brief as it was in an alternate dimension.
Yep. But yeah.
And we're Earth 616. So we have to be adapting 616 comics. But it's not an adaptation. It's not trying to be the comics. So don't compare them, but we are the comics. Yeah. We are the world for the comic. We are Earth 616.
I like whenever like Iman Vellani says that, and she's like 99999, and Kevin Feige is like, anyways.
We're gonna fire you. We're gonna put you straight to Disney Plus.
Yeah.
And we're not gonna put you in any movies except
I wonder
Marvels.
how much of that is just marketing. I'm assuming like some of it probably is. But then it's also like, I don't know. She doesn't seem like a nerd.
She's cool.
I don't know.
She's always been cool. Yeah.
I am glad
she was never the issue with Ms. Marvel. She was never ever the issue. It's just the same way that Tom Holland was never the issue with fucking Far From Home.
No.
It was just like, oh, you made a movie not about this character.
Yeah. Yeah. And we'll see. I'm excited for the Marvels.
The Marvels.
The Marvels. For
I'm
only
still calling Captain Marvel too. I don't know why are they just trying to distance themselves for the fucking like dude bros, which that's so annoying.
Yeah.
Don't succumb.
But maybe it's also not her movie as much, you know?
Well, that's even worse.
Yeah.
That's even weirder.
Because I don't know. Yeah. I feel bad for her. But
did you see that interview where she was like, if somebody was asking if she was ever going to come back? She was like, I'd like fucking.
That's sad.
I feel like she's great. She's always been great. Like it's straight up is just like a writing issue. I think in that first movie.
Yeah.
You know,
it's not her performance. It's the lines they give her are very like.
Yeah, it's a fucking.
I'm quirky, and it's like, okay, come on.
I think she's not quirky enough. That's my issue.
Yeah,
I feel like she's like
quirky's the wrong word. I'm not sporadic. She's like Tony Stark. She's sarcastic. I'm sarcastic, and it's like too.
Again, I think she's not Tony Stark enough. That was always my issue. I've always felt like she was being forced to pull it back a bit more, because I see Brie in interviews and I'm like, oh wow, she's fucking funny and she's fun and like,
and she's great. Be more of that.
And I want a personality. And I get like the whole point of that first movie is that she like lost her memories and she was trying to like escape out of that patriarchal system and get that like personality back essentially. Yeah. But I was just always like, okay, I've got nothing to like latch onto here, you know? And also just like that movie had the fucking Sam Jackson shit and like the cat shit and like all that. And that just dragged that movie down, you know? Like that movie, honestly, that movie just has like the casting going for it.
Yeah.
And like a couple cool moments. And then it was very overhyped.
I forget that Coulson's in that movie. For like
he
a very
he
is. He's like there's like DH Coulson in it. And like he never shows up again because he's dead, but actually not. But no one knows. It's weird.
I feel like I can track when Michael Douglas was first de-aged in Ant-Man. to the death of society. I will be
Yes.
in 4 or 5 years. I will be able to track that.
That's going to be the domino effect thing.
Like literally, because it's like, okay, they're CGI de-aging all these actors. Cool, no issue with that. That's a pretty cool tech, and it's actually very impressive and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh, we're CGI de-aging we're doing it for a scene, you know, to show just a flashback. Cool. Oh, we're doing a whole movie with it and essentially just replacing a potential recast. That's weird. It could be cool. Oh, he still moves like he's 90. But he looks 20. That's interesting. But okay, cool. Oh, we're using the same tech to replace the face of a dead man with Tarkin, and I guess that happened first. But you know, fuck whatever. You know, oh, we're doing Tarkin. Oh, now we're doing it a whole fucking CG character using similar tech, and we're doing an AI voice for that character. That's kind of weird. That's a strange
Everyone
pick.
forgets about that. Yeah.
Skywalker, I know.
Right?
Yeah, and now we're doing a fully voiced character that could just be a new voice actor and give a role to a new person and continue on the
AI
legacy.
voice.
No AI voice. I know. I would rather have the fucking man-made horrors beyond our comprehension than hire a voice actor.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can't tell I don't like the James Earl Jones shit.
You don't?
No
way.
I'm cool with him retiring, obviously. The dude's fucking old and tired. He should have retired like 10 years ago.
93, something like that.
Yeah, the dude's you can hear it.
Keeps getting looped into this shit. He's like, is it? I wonder if they're gonna have him like come back to do. No, he's retired completely, right? Or was it just the Vader voice?
I think he's retired completely. I don't know how they're gonna do the Mufasa thing.
Are they gonna do the Mufasa voice with the AI?
Oh god, I would fucking kill myself.
Fucking poor Barry Jenkins. In a Barry Jenkins movie,
they
do
way. But it's like the fact that Barry Jenkins is doing the Mufasa prequel for the live action Lion King
is scary.
It's scary enough.
Yeah.
And I'm already like, oh, poor Barry Jenkins.
poor
Barry Jenkins. And I'm like, so now I'm like, oh fuck, they're who knows what's gonna happen with that.
Yeah. I just hope he got the bag for that movie. That's all.
I hope so too.
But
I don't know. Did you see that impression, the Darth Vader impression?
I did. It was really good.
It was great.
They should
perfect.
Just get people,
just get
like
an
him
actor.
or people like him. Someone.
It's not hard. It's not hard to get an actor. Like that's.
Here's my audition. Here's my audition.
Yeah, do it. Do your audition for the character of Darth Vader.
Okay. Obi-Wan never told you. No, that's not. That's
great.
No,
it was really good. I feel like I feel like get some speechcraft in there, and then we could get something great.
Obi-Wan never told you the secret about your father.
Oh, I didn't know Mickey Mouse was gonna be.
Yeah,
that's pretty good. That's great.
I'm your father, huh?
That's really good. That's
really, really good. You know it to be true, huh?
Oh, we're still going. Yeah. Oh, we're still going here.
No, I'm done. Fuck that.
The thing that bothers me so much about this obsession with like AI art and AI voices and like these, like,
I love
digital,
seeing these tweets. I love seeing all of them.
Like this is tech that for the right person is incredibly helpul.
This
for
would
somebody
be great
that is
character designing like tech.
Great for character design. It's really good for backgrounds. Yeah. It's really good for like people that just don't have it's really good for like game design and like for people that like indie game design or like indie art and indie comics of people that like just can't create something. They don't have the capability, but they have a story they want to tell or they have something they want to make and create.
I wonder if you could use it for storyboarding.
Yeah, it's probably great for. Oh, actually, probably not because you can't really have a control over the
position of it.
Yeah, but like there is a potential, and this is disregarding the whole like it uses stolen art stuff. It's just but like with the voice thing, if you're an indie like a super low budget indie game developer, the ability to have like a Troy Baker voice is really helpful. For potentially free, right? Yeah. Like or through that AI software and shit. But it's the fact that like this isn't being used for that. It's being used by like tech bros who want to just make money selling NFTs, or it's being used by the biggest media company in the world for the biggest, one of their biggest properties in the world. Like they can't afford these things. They can have the capability to hire people and get artists,
but they would do this instead.
You or me, we can't. But or it's harder for us. And so but now if we choose to use those things, we get fucking grouped into it. Yeah. And it's just so fucking frustrating and annoying.
Because it's a technology. That's what it is.
It's a tool.
It is a It's so I don't understand. Just because that's like saying if you use content aware on Photoshop, you are creating that art. You know, that's what that is. It's like
no, exactly.
you're just helping like clear out a watermark or some shit. That's
and
all.
Content aware is great for people that aren't big companies that can pay to have everything stamped tool out and shit like that. You know, it's not great. Oh, I guess content aware is a different, but it's not great for like if you're trying to do something bigger and would require like a human person to do it.
Yeah,
I don't know. This is all fucking.
It's a mess. It's a complete mess.
Tech bros and capitalism are ruining art.
Yeah.
And that's my take.
Here's something to lighten the spirits from a mess. Now You See Me 3 is happening.
That's right, baby.
Now You See Me 3 is happening. That's
right, it is.
Yeah. It's fucking, but also it's Ruben Fleischer. And here's the thing. Why did they get Ruben Fleischer? I want to understand. Please. Who's doing it? Lionsgate? I don't know who fucking makes these movies.
Same, I think Lionsgate.
Universal? I think I'm just gonna say Lionsgate. Lionsgate, guys. Why Ruben Fleischer? He's the Venom guy. Yeah. But he left the Venom shit. And yes, he did Zombieland, but like the second Zombieland isn't that good. So like what's he gonna do? You went from John M. Chu, the guy who did In the Heights, he did Crazy Rich Asians. And yes, he's not the most like S-tier director, but he's getting there, and he has style. He has like a crazy fuck ton of style, and then they went to Ruben Fleischer. Why?
Is this Sony?
Maybe it is Sony. Actually, it might be Sony.
Yeah,
it makes sense.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think the Venom movies are like poorly directed. I don't think that's the issue. I think
it's just every time I see
movies. Yeah.
Every time I see a project that he's done, he just feels so like out of it. You know, he like doesn't. He reminds me of Peyton Reed in a way.
Yeah,
you know what I
get
mean?
that. Yeah.
So
it's like the direction of Ant-Man and the Wasp is not the issue with it. I think the issue with Ant-Man and the Wasp is the like just decisions made from like a narrative perspective is like the direction didn't help actually. Never mind, I take that back. And like, but like the issue with Venom 1 and Venom 2 isn't like, oh, the direction was terrible. It's just like, oh, they're just relatively forgettable for half of it, but the other half is really fun. So like, I wouldn't be mad if they lean into that. I think a lot of it's going to come down to like, if Mr. Rubin could fucking nail like a couple set pieces, I think that'd be pretty solid,
Yeah. And it's like the guy who I'm looking this up right now, the guy who directed the first Now You See Me was like a French filmmaker who did
and that's why it's so focused on France. Which I find that so funny.
Yeah. And it's like he's the guy who did The Incredible Hulk. I didn't know that. I
know
that. But then he did Dark Crystal, the Netflix thing. Yeah. So it's like you get people with style, you get people with a little flair, and you want to change it up for movies. And yes, this is a different director than the previous two movies, so it'll feel different. But it's also like the reason I love these fucking movies is because they're just whack as shit.
Yeah.
And Ruben Fleischer does not strike me as someone who will make a whack as shit movie, aside from Zombieland, I guess. But
I mean, we'll there are parts. I mean, the Venom movies aren't afraid to go whack as shit. Though.
That's
the thing. It's not like the Venom movies are Morbius.
Yeah.
I think people want to think that they're Morbius, but they're not.
But they're not quite. Yeah.
Like there is some flair, and there is at the very least, like it's willing to be stupid and silly.
Yeah.
I think it's going to come down. Really, my judgment's going to come down to the title.
No, that's true. I mean, it's going to be called Now You See Me 3, right?
If it's not Now You 3 Me, I'm going to fucking jump off a bridge.
Yeah, that's pretty. But like, they didn't do that for the last one.
I know. And I was mad then.
Yeah.
Well, what are you going to call it? What? Now You To Me? Now You See To
No.
Like they should have called it Now You Don't, and then just ended the franchise.
Yeah.
But of course they everything's got to be a marketable IP that lives on for centuries until we get AI recreations of Jesse Eisenberg and Woody Harrelson.
When it was first greenlit before it went into development hell, it was called Now You See Me 3 with Benedict Cumberbatch. What? I wonder if he's still on it. No.
It's called Now You See Me 3 with Benedict Cumberbatch. Because the last one was called Now You See Me 2 with Daniel Radcliffe.
Yeah, exactly. And Lizzie Kaplan is joined the cast as well.
I think Here, should we do here? Fit here. What's your pitch? So what do you have a fanboy pre-write? Quick fire lightning round.
Oh, for fanboy for now, you see me 3. Last movie ended with them going into the eye, right?
Yes.
They open up. It's like the Suicide Squad. They're going like on another mission for somewhere else,
and they all die. This is the opening.
One of them dies. I don't know which one. Not Woody Harrelson. Dave Franco actually dies. He like gets his head decapitated, right? And it's like a whole thing. And then Benedict Cumberbatch shows up, and he's like, "I'm here to fill the spot. I'm gonna be the fourth horseman." And then
you want him as a good guy. Interesting.
And then FBI agent Dylan Rhodes is like, "I don't trust this guy, but we'll keep him on board." Turns out
he's still the guy. An FBI agent?
Fuck, he's not an FBI agent.
No, he got fired because they found out that he was working with everybody.
That's right. And then you bring back
your lore, man.
Then you bring back. This is coming out of my ass. Then the French girl from the first movie shows up again.
Okay.
And she's like, Dylan Rhodes, you've been exposed, but I've been sent to hunt you down because I know you. So they sent me instead after you, and that's his whole story. Because you have to have a generic fucking story.
You have to have a generic cop story. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So
you can't just have cool magicians being Robin Hoods. That's not allowed.
Yeah, it's bringing her back. Yeah, and then also the one girl, the new girl from like the new cop captain girl from the last movie also shows up, and it's like a romantic triangle between the three of them because that's generic enough, Yeah. But like it doesn't distract from the plot. And I'm trying to think the big heist that they do, right? The big heist that like steals the show. Yeah. They rob the Mona Lisa.
That's good. The Da Vinci twins. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. I think you are onto something with French Girl and
French Girl comes back.
Lady Cop coming back. I'm gonna raise the stakes. I'm gonna take that and take it a step further because I've always wanted this.
Okay.
Isla Fisher returns.
Yes.
Not as a horseman, as the villain. And so here's what happens. We open the movie. We have a new woman horseman replacing what's her name again? The girl replacing Lizzie Kaplan.
Yeah.
And Lizzie Kaplan's like, "What the fuck? You replaced me." and then three shadowy figures step out of the woodwork. It's Isla Fisher, it's the fucking French girl, and it's the lady cop, and it's all the women that were just discarded in this franchise. And so this is inherently a story about women being discarded by media and by toxic men in the workplace. And so they're both trying to steal the and so it's the four horsemen and the four horsewomen, and they're both trying to steal the Mona Lisa,
like fucking Charlie's Angels. Like what's going on?
Four horsewomen. They just
they just take the name.
Okay,
all right.
And then they're all trying to steal the Mona Lisa.
Yeah.
And fucking Michael Caine is like, "Oh, my Jake, your father built this house with his bands." And then Morgan Freeman's like, Morgan Freeman's like, "I got Me Too'd back in 2018, but I still have a career." So like, and I think that's a perfect. And then fucking Ruben Fleischer's like, "All right, well, then we got to throw Venom in there."
I think oh my god!
And then it ends with the multiverse. It ends with the multiverse of Now You See Me.
I could actually see Tom Hardy showing up in this. Like you can see it, right? Tom Hardy shows up and he's like he's like Eames from Inception. He's like a big, like kind of flamboyant character who shows up and he's like, "Hey," and then he breaks Daniel Radcliffe out of jail only to kill him.
I like that.
And
I like that.
And then he's one of the older he's the guy who brought the women together in the first place. That's what
you think they need a man to bring them together?
No, but like he was like doing things behind
girls
the scenes.
Just can't be girls. Girls just can't be
but then the girls kill him. But then the girls kill him.
There
so
we go.
Okay.
I have another. Okay, I like that. I like the idea of Tom Hardy as Inception guy.
Yeah.
But what if he's actually the Inception guy? And we also bring back Leo. We bring Elliot back, and he's playing transgender version of whatever that fucking character. What was that character's name again? I forgot all the characters' names in Inception. I love that movie. I forgot every fucking
Ariadne, I think.
Well, yeah. Now he's Ariadno or some shit like that. And like,
Okay.
And fucking who else was it? And Michael Caine is in Inception too, and so they're all connected, and so like so he knows them, and so Michael Caine is part of this, and they're the four dreamsmen, and then just to round it out, you get another one, and you get another team of the four. They're actual horses this time, so it's just the four horses. And it's the horses from Django Unchained or some shit.
No, it's the horses from Twitter. But one's a fire horse. One's a water. This is fucking terrible.
Or I like the idea that they actually go against something genuinely biblical this time. Or something genuinely supernatural, and so you've got these four magicians throwing fucking cards and like doing sleight of hand tricks against like a fucking demon.
You get fucking Lucifer from the show
from Sandman.
Yeah. Yeah. This is I'm really excited for this movie.
Listen, Ruben Fleischer, if you're listening.
Yeah.
Let's reach out, man.
Yeah.
We got some ideas to put your way.
You know what's funny? We did this at the end. No one has watched these movies. I don't. No one watches these movies.
You're not wrong, but Olivia loves them.
No, yeah.
And I just rewatched them too. I just watched them again.
These movies, those two movies were my childhood, but I have not met anyone in person who has watched.
Your what?
They
were your what?
Okay, they were like my middle school /
Oh my fucking god! The first one came out in like 2013.
No, it came out in 2010, right?
No, it did not. It was not
2000.
The Social Network was 2010.
Right.
He was Mark Zuckerberg. This was like
right.
This was just before Batman v Superman, and then he shaved his head for Batman v Superman, and then Batman v Superman came out, and then he was fucking short hair in 2. Right. That's why he had short hair.
You're right.
Jeez,
you caught me. It was 2013.
You're talking to us to the boyfriend of a super fan.
Childhood is a loose term. Middle school.
I guess
early teenage years.
That freaks. If I say I grew up with the Now You See Me franchise,
that's dangerous.
That's dangerous.
That's genuinely dangerous. But yeah, they're making a third one, and I got my 30-minute segment. That was great. I love these movies.
Talked about that for a long time.
They also said they were gonna make a spin-off film with the guy who played Lee in it. It was going to be like a primarily Chinese cast film, but that just never ended up going anywhere. That was 2016.
We were rewatching that, and like they were framing him like he was a celebrity cameo, and I was like, why are they framing him like he's a big deal? And I checked, because China was a real magician, and he's not.
Because of China, right?
That's interesting. I guess that makes sense.
Because that's what the stupid disaster movie that sucks did. Moonfall. Moonfall had the one girl in Moonfall who's like a very big actor in like Chinese soap operas. And like she has like a crazy screen presence only because they were trying to tap into the Chinese market.
That's interesting.
But then they didn't even release it in China, it turns out, or something like that. So it's like, I don't know. It's a whole mess.
Love to see it. That's really funny to me, actually.
Yep.
Spending a lot of time on like one demographic and then making it like inaccessible to them.
Yep.
That's really funny. I like that a lot.
But yeah, it doesn't say anything about Benedict Cumberbatch leaving the film. So maybe he's in it. But it's it'd be fun if he just played Doctor Strange. Is that for sure
that he was attached? Do we know that for sure?
It said that he would join the cast as a new cast member. That's what it said.
When did it say this?
Let me look. March 9th, 2017. The Christian Post, Travelers Today, the Parent Herald. These all sound like fake news sites.
Yeah, that's
so maybe not. I don't know. It seemed like it was going to happen.
How would you cast that role, and then you have a director 5 years later
to come up on it? Yeah, it feels like this is something that didn't stick. Yeah,
yeah.
This movie, I mean, it's been going around since 2013, which is when the franchise is going around since 2013. Yeah. So they will finish this trilogy the same time they get to finish one movie.
Jeez, yeah. I am very interested how like so much of Rick Famuyiwa's stuff, because Rick Famuyiwa like was casting a lot of the characters, like stuck, and now we're like with that version, and then we're not gonna like see his vision anymore. That's really fucking
was his
weird.
version the cyborg version?
I think that because I'm assuming because he did Dope, and then the girl who plays Iris is from Dope.
Yeah.
So like I'm assuming that
That's how
that
that
was
came
like the connection.
across. Yeah.
I just find that so weird. It's like, oh, fuck. I'm just so. I wish I could see every one of the movies that we could have gotten.
Yeah.
Because fuck, they all sounded really cool.
Yeah.
Because like it was
except
the last Chris
one?
Miller one, except the one we're getting.
Yeah.
Even then, I like Andy Machete, so I actually think that the movie will be good.
Yeah.
Sorry to talk about Flash. I made a whole fucking video about the Flash. Like,
I
think the movie will actually be good because like apparently test screenings are like very positive.
Yeah.
And I believe that because it's like it's a Machete movie and like he cares about the character and he likes it and shit like that. And I think like for what it's doing, it will do its job very well. But fuck, Ezra made it hard, you know.
Yep. And it's not gonna be fun.
And it's
to
not
watch.
even a Flash movie. That doesn't even help. You know, it's a Batman multiverse movie.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what they should do. They should just fucking rename it and try to remarket
Batman
it.
Flashpoint.
Yeah, honestly, that might be the smartest call. And
get
Ben Affleck in a couple more scenes.
Or
Justice League Flashpoint. Like that's what they did with the animated one.
I don't know what is going on with like Warner Brothers bat embargo or whatever, if that's still a thing. But I feel like it should be very easy for them to be like, fuck it, 3 Batman movie. Yeah. We're a Batman movie a year. Someone's doing a different Batman movie every year. Go ahead. I don't care.
I don't know what.
Because it's cynical and it's probably a terrible idea. But as a studio executive, that's what you would go to, right? It should just be like Batman.
I guess
everyone wants to do a Batman movie.
You don't want to flood the market with Batman movies though, because then when you get like then when you get the Matt Reeves the Batman 2, then it's like Batman has kind of become like, we joke that there's too much Batman shit. We don't get that many Batman movies.
Yeah.
Like we had the Dark Knight trilogy. Before that, we didn't have a movie for like 15 years.
Yeah.
And we had the Schumacher stuff, and those were kind of a few years apart. We had the Tim Burton stuff that was a few years apart, right?
Yeah.
But like between fucking Dark Knight Rises and Batman v Superman was like a 7-year gap.
It's just that we get them as frequently as we get James Bond movies, basically.
I guess
maybe a little less.
We get James Bond movies more.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, because there's like if you just look at like the time period of like 90s to 2020s, we have like you could name like 24 James Bond movies.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, like and then so especially when there's a new version of Batman, it's a big deal. I think.
Yeah, because people pay attention to that. Yeah.
But it is so fucking weird that they canceled Backroll, even though it had the like Batman
name
brand attached to it. Like, ugh. I don't know. And do you hear this shit with the Joker? That Joker movie?
I just know that it's happening. That's all.
It's not. Sorry. You're probably thinking of a different thing. There was at a film festival. There was like a Joker parody. It was like a queer Joker parody called The People's Joker and stuff like that.
Oh, I didn't hear about
totally
this.
Not legal, like copyright wise, right?
Okay.
Like it was very like, oh, this is not gonna get through.
This is like a certain webtoon show that could have happened, but maybe didn't happen.
Yeah. And it's like I'm surprised you got this far into it without getting a cease and desist. But like WB was like really fucked up about it, you know.
Yeah.
And again, I get it because like you own it, but it's just more proof that all this shit should be opened up public domain.
Yep.
Because people will be like, oh, if Superman's public domain, we're gonna get a flood of Superman movies. Yeah. No, we're not. You know why? Because how many fucking Dracula movies do we have? You know, we get like one every 3 years, and they're never good. I want a good Dracula movie again.
Yeah, and that's the thing is like I don't know. I think it would be good for a lot of these things to be public domain. Because it's not that like everyone is gonna rush to make a Batman movie if Batman is public domain, right? But there are gonna be ones that stand apart. That's just natural. That's gonna be the case. Yeah. There is here's another. This is a little bit of tangent. I know we're getting going on a while. I watched this Indian movie recently. It was big deal in India. It came out recently. It's called Ponniyin Selvan. Huge fucking movie. Imagine you made a movie and you took Robert De Niro, Joe Pesci, and like Al Pacino, and then pair them all up in a movie with Leonardo DiCaprio, Brad Pitt, and Margot Robbie, and like Tobey Maguire's in there. Like you took Babylon and then you put like a bunch of fucking like old actors in it too. Huge cast, insane cast. This is a novel that was written like a very long time ago. That is like a huge deal. It's like an historical epic. Like if you've ever heard of the Mahabharata, this is like that, but like some of it happens in real life. It's a huge deal. It's been very hard to make this movie. But it has been in the public domain for like forever. You know, this is a story that's very popular, but it has been in the public domain for a long time, and it's still hard to make a movie because it's just with this story you want to tell it in this grand way. I feel like superheroes are very similar, where it's like you will have knockoff superhero movies, and you'll have superhero movies that even are good but at a lower budget. But then you'll only have certain people making like the crazy big budget Superman movies or the crazy big budget Batman movies. And not that even all of those will be quality, right? But like at least there's something there to those still existing. I don't think that's gonna go away if shit goes public domain. Because like Winnie the Pooh went into public domain. That should be a big deal, but there's like one horror movie spinoff that they made off of it. And that's really all that happened, right?
Like Sherlock Holmes, we don't get a million Sherlock Holmes movies a year.
No,
you know, it's a public. He's a public domain character. The fact we haven't gotten Sherlock Holmes versus Dracula is absurd to me.
Yeah, why?
Like that's fucking perfect. It's right there, everybody. Or Sherlock Holmes as Dracula. That's even better, actually. I like that more.
yeah.
Like, there's because you're right. Like Superman inherently requires a bit of a budget. You know, you can tell a story where you don't need it, but if somebody has that story to tell right now, they can still tell it with just without the Superman branding.
Yeah.
You know, you can like, we don't get many original IP superhero movies because frankly, there isn't, you know, there isn't a market for that.
There's not a lot of space for it. Yeah.
There's not the space for it and shit like that. There's not the space for that in most movies anymore.
Yeah.
Like when was okay. If let's say fucking Spider-Man goes public domain, you know, Marvel and Sony could both be making Spider-Man movies or whatever, you know, and Fox could. They won't because they just don't. I don't know. Yeah. I'm not doing a great case for it and shit. But even if they do, there's not fucking Pinocchio is a good example, actually.
Yeah.
Pinocchio
that's actually a good example. Yeah.
We have a million Pinocchio movies right now because of some fucked up shit that's going on with the studios. The fucked up shit is not because the character is public domain. The fucked up shit is because the studios are greedy and shitty. Because Del Toro has been working on this Pinocchio thing for like 20 years. Like this his baby, and it's finally coming out. And so Disney decided to remake their Pinocchio the same year to like detract from it. And then I think Lionsgate decided to try and throw their own Pinocchio to like also detract from it and shit like that. Like it's fucked up. That's not going to take away from Del Toro's Pinocchio. That's still going to be a beautiful masterpiece. Regardless of the dog shit that was the Disney and the Lionsgate ones. Actually, the Lionsgate one's fucking flawless cinema, so I take that back. That's the father. That's that one.
Yeah, like I know.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, that's my take.
If Batman became public domain, do you think Disney would even touch him?
I don't know. I think if he became public domain, like I don't think people would do it right away because I think there's still confusion with the trademark.
Yeah,
that's
true.
I think also and also like what would be public domain? Would it just be those first issues where he's still killing people? Would it be how far that's the confusing aspect.
My theory is if any of those superheroes from DC ever goes public domain, like any single one of them, Pixar will pick it up. That's my theory. Because Pixar doesn't do too much superhero shit, but the moment they do, that would go kind of crazy, right?
Yeah, that's very true.
And they pump out more movies recently. Slap. A Pixar Superman movie would be amazing. A Pixar Flash movie, I think, would do really well.
That's true. I want to talk to you about some 3D stuff too. I want your opinion.
Okay.
But yeah.
Anyway,
this was
That was a long. I had questions too if we wanted to go through them. We didn't need to.
No, it's a good look. I like what 140-ish is. I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
I'm tired. Okay. It's late for you. It's like fucking
it is
2.
Kind of late.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I feel you getting tired. I saw that yawn.
I did yawn like a couple
I was
times.
like, is that me?
It's just because I yawn a lot. That's all it is.
I think it's just because I'm so fucking bored with you right now, Troy.
Yeah,
you're so
it's just because I fucking hate you. That's all.
That makes sense.
But yeah.
You know who wouldn't say that to me?
Who?
Brian Munster.
Oh, okay. All right.
I say this fully lovingly. Brian and Herman Munster are relatively similar. There are a lot of traits that are alike, and I love them both for that.
This somehow convinces me to maybe watch this movie now.
You are not ready for it. I don't think I prepared anybody for it. And I think that's really funny.
Yeah.
It's literally like an Axel Braun porn parody without sex.
Well, okay. All right.
And it's made, but it's like, you know how those are made by the people that fucking love those superheroes and they have like the great costumes and shit like that and great production design. That's what this is. It's the killer production design and the love and like recreating it with terrible performances that are somehow like really funny and like the point.
Yeah,
and it's
like everyone loves that Spider-Man suit. That's all.
Everybody loves that Wonder Woman. The Batman suit is the big one that everybody fucking loves.
I don't remember what the Batman.
It's just the Arkham suit.
Oh, okay. That's oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's a
no. Everybody loves the Spider-Man suit from the thing that's worse than porn. From the other thing, the racist one.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
7-hour video essay coming soon.
No, don't worry. 5 other people made it before you.
Okay, cool. So yeah. 5 other people made video essays about a piece of media before the piece of media fucking came out.
Yeah, exactly.
That's great. Awesome. Yep. I love just internet drama videos and not actually talking about art.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So your recommendation is Rob Zombie's The Munsters.
Rob Zombie's The Munsters.
Yeah. My recommendation is Punny and Selvin. Go watch it or don't watch it. It's a very big movie. It's a very like
just remember when we watched
Vikram
IMAX
and it was like fun because like it was confusing but you could understand it. This is very hard to understand.
Gotcha.
This is one of those movies.
This seems like it's not a Discord movie.
It's not a Discord movie.
Yeah,
I don't think so. I think maybe it would be fun to do that. That's why my dad was like, watch it with your like white friends and see if they understand anything. Just see if they understand anything.
That feels racially motivated.
He said it in a way that was like, okay, come on. But like, I did see what he was saying. So if you don't know anything, maybe don't watch it. But if you're interested in it, watch a trailer for it. See if it looks cool.
Right.
That's my recommendation.
All right.
The end. And don't watch Terrifier. Because I found the name of that movie that scarred me for life.
What the fuck? How the fuck was that? We were fucking. I was talking to Olivia about that, and she was like, "That movie is like horrendously disgusting."
Yeah.
How don't do that. That's like your first superhero movie being Thor: Love and Thunder. Like, no, it's not. No, that's no. Like, some of them are like that, but we don't like those. You know.
Yeah.
Fucking. Let's watch Scream soon. We'll do the fucking commentary on that.
Yeah.
Don't get that out of your head.
I
movies are not like that. Most movies are not like that. Yeah.
I try. I think about that movie and I go, oh,
that's shit that like fucking freaks are into. Like, I mean, like they're people like them and shit, but you feel like you're a freak is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You're a freak and you like it.
Yeah.
You, like if you're offended by me calling you a freak for watching Terrifier, then you're not a fan of Terrifier.
Yeah, that's fair. It was just too much.
It's too much. No, I know. I agree. I know. I didn't know about those movies until Olivia told me, and she was like, "Yeah, no."
Yeah. But, that's it. That's all I had. Fucking. That's all I got. Short film shit coming soon, maybe.
Hell yeah!
Watch my short film.
Watch his short film. Watch his short film, not yours. Don't watch your short film.
Yeah. I will watch my short film. Thanks, Troy.
Yeah.
I'll make sure I do that.
There we go.
But yeah, I have.
It's a good short film. I enjoyed it. It was fun.
Oh, thanks.
I don't think there were enough chickens, but I think it was pretty.
No, there was not enough chickens or bones.
Actually, maybe there were like 400 bones if you like, like just for the 2 people.
Yeah,
but like just throw.
No, but then I think a couple of those bones turned into more bones towards the end of the film.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, well, okay, what is a bone though? That's a whole philosophical debate.
If you take a lasagna and you bake another lasagna and you combine the lasagnas together, is it one big lasagna or is it 2 separate lasagnas? That's the same question. Is it one still? But are you familiar with the ship of Theseus?
Fanboy Talk, everybody. I'm your host, TREVOR. Today I'm joined by Mithi.
Are you a band kid? Speaking of, are you a band kid or are you a theater kid? Which one's the version? Because we never answered it.
We never answered that. Let me know down in the comments below.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Episode next week.
Fuck yeah.
Or a weekly podcast.
Sure. Happy Halloween if we don't, but probably
Happy Halloween.
October. Fuck you.
Happy Spooktober.
Yeah.
All right. See you guys. See everybody.
But